Are you truly content with the shadows you live in? Or have you become to complacency? When was the last time you dared to step beyond the familiar, to challenge the very foundations of your existence? Real change demands more than mere wishful thinking. It requires a conquest, a fierce battle against the mundane. Enter Marcus Aurelius, not just a Roman emperor but a warrior of the mind whose teachings have withstood the ravages of time. His philosophy, Stoicism, isn't merely a set of principles, it's a weapon for those brave enough to wield it, transforming personal turmoil into triumphant peace. Marcus Aurelius embodies the ultimate mentor in the art of personal transformation, his life and words serving as a beacon for those seeking profound change. This guide is your arsenal for radical self-reinvention. Inspired by Stoic wisdom, it's designed to equip you with the tools to dismantle your current self and rebuild a fortress of resilience, virtue and peace. Through the Stoic principles championed by Aurelius, you will learn to master your perceptions, align your actions with nature's laws, and cultivate an indomitable spirit. Prepare yourself for a journey not just to change but to transcendence. Are you ready to rise from the ashes of your former self? Let's embark on this transformative path together. Number 1. Understanding your current self. Are you a mere spectator in the theater of your life, passively observing as days slip into oblivion? It's time to seize the script and command the stage. The first act in the saga of self-reinvention demands immersal, the solid of your current philosophy. You must delve deep and ask the hard questions. What links chain you to mediocrity? Which of your behaviors are traitors to your potential? This brutal introspection is not for the faint-hearted, but it is the crucible in which Neo is forged. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, championed the art of self-assessment as a cornerstone of personal evolution. He saw introspection as akin to consulting a wise advisor hidden within one's soul. In his meditations he urged, "Look well into thyself, there is a source of strength which will always spring up if thou wilt always look there." In Stoicism, relentless questioning is not mere self-criticism but an awakening, a rigorous shake to your dormant capabilities. Transitioning from theory to action, begin by instituting a regimen of daily reflection. Start and end your day with deliberate questioning. What actions today served your highest goals? Where you stand more to keep a journal not as a diary, but as a ledger of debt owed to your future self. Each week challenge a core belief. Debate with yourself, expose this belief to harsh scrutiny and observe whether it withstands or crumbles under pressure. Additionally, seek discomfort actively. The forge of personal growth is not in comfort but in controlled adversity. Whether it's engaging in new social settings, learning a challenging skill, or physically pushing your limits, these are the fires that temper your will and reshape your character. Incorporate meditative practices that do more than soothe the challenge. Stoic meditation focuses on mental preparedness, steeling you against life's adversities and enhancing resilience. By embracing these practices, you are not merely adjusting but fundamentally reconstructing your identity. The path ahead is strewn with the remnants of old habits and outmoded beliefs, yet it promises a new existence transcendent and renewed. Forge ahead with the resolve of a warrior. The quest to reinvent oneself is indeed the noblest of battles. Number 2. The power of perception. In the relentless pursuit of self-reinvention, mastering the power of perception is akin to arming oneself with an unbreakable shield. External challenges bombard us, daily setbacks, criticisms, and unforeseen events. Yet, the Stoics taught us that these are not disasters but merely scenes in the vast play of life, viewed through the lens of our perceptions. What if you could alter that lens? Imagine transforming perceived threats into stepping stones for growth. Marcus Aurelius, a steadfast practitioner of Stoicism, profoundly understood this concept. He believed that freedom came not from the external world but from within one's own mind. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength, he declared. Perception, according to Aurelius, is not merely a passive process of observation but an active tool for liberation. By controlling and adjusting our perceptions, we claim the reins of our internal freedom, steering our life's narrative from victimhood to victory. To harness this power, start by reprogramming your mental responses to external stimuli. Begin each day with a resolution to find the beneficial angles in adverse situations. For instance, consider a failed project not as a defeat but as a masterclass in one chapter of your journey to success. This shift in perspective isn't about denial but about recalibrating your focus to harvest wisdom from hardship. Engage regularly in exercises that challenge your habitual ways of seeing. One effective method is the practice of negative visualization, a traditional Stoic exercise. Spend a few moments each day imagining what could go wrong, not to dwell on fear but to diminish the shock of misfortune and appreciate your current state more. This mental rehearsal prepares you to stay calm and collected, transforming potential anxieties into trivialities. Moreover, actively seek out and engage with perspectives that contrast with your own. This could involve reading broadly across different disciplines, engaging in debates, or exploring new cultures. Each of these activities provides fresh lenses through which to view the world, enriching your understanding and enhancing your mental flexibility. In this relentless transformation, remember that every challenge you face is an illusion of sorts, shaped by the contours of your perception. By mastering the art of perception adjustment, you equip yourself to turn life's obstacles into opportunities. With each perceived barrier you dismantle, you will not only advance on your path of self-reinvention but also expand the horizons of your personal freedom. Embrace this power, for it is through mastering perception that you can sculpt the self you aspire to become. Number 3. Loving your fate. In the crucible of life's relentless trials, the Stoic concept of loving your fate emerges as a formidable philosophy. This isn't about passive resignation, but a radical embrace of everything that life throws your way. Imagine viewing each twist of fate not as an obstacle but as an essential chapter in your epic saga. Herein lies the secret to an indomitable spirit. Loving your fate transforms every moment into a stepping stone towards greatness. Marcus Aurelius, a paragon of Stoic resilience, wielded this philosophy not just as a thought but as a weapon. To him, embracing fate was the ultimate source of strength. He famously counseled, "Accept whatever comes to you woven in the pattern of your destiny, for what could more aptly fit your needs?" This was not mere acceptance but a profound alignment with the cosmos, seeing the logic and purpose in the universe's plan. Aurelius approach teaches us that when we align our will with that of the universe's adversities become allies. To cultivate this powerful mindset, start by reframing your reactions to life's surprises. Begin each day with a meditation on acceptance. Affirm that you will face the day's challenges with grace and see them as necessary for your growth. This practice roots you in the present and equips you to meet fortune with a warrior's heart. Another strategy involves the deliberate practice of gratitude. Each evening, reflect on the day and find 3 unexpected events or challenges for which you are grateful. This exercise shifts your focus from what you wish had happened to appreciating what did happen, thereby solidifying your relationship with the unpredictable nature of life. Further fortify your resilience by studying and emulating those who have thrived through adversity. Dive into biographies of historical figures who exemplified this philosophy. Analyze how they perceived their trials not as curses but as vital chapters in their life's narrative. Emulate their example when faced with trials. Ask not why me, but what is this teaching me? Embracing this philosophy does not merely equip you to survive life's storms, it transforms itself, a force of nature shaped by fates yet unbroken by them. As you adopt this perspective, you realize that nothing external can disrupt your inner citadel of peace. This is the ultimate freedom, a liberation not from fate, but through fate. Thus armed, march forward, for each step you take is not just an acceptance of your fate, but in a passionate embrace of it, forging a destiny worthy of your greatest self. Number 4. The discipline of desire. In the arduous journey of self-reinvention, mastering the discipline of desire is akin to sharpening one's sword in the dark depths of the soul. Desires unchecked can lead armies of the best warriors into the quagmire of perpetual dissatisfaction. The Stoics propose not just controlling but transforming desire, turning it from a master into a servant. This mastery over desire is not about denial, it is about redirecting your yearnings towards what truly fortifies and fulfills you. Marcus Aurelius, a sage in the art of Stoic discipline, deeply understood the turmoil wrought by unchecked desires. He advised, Seek not that the things which happen should happen as you wish, but wish the things which happen to be as they are, and you will have a tranquil flow of life. His teachings highlight that peace comes not from fulfilling all your wants, but from wanting what is within your immediate grasp. This recalibration of desire is not merely a mental exercise, but a practice that promises personal peace and profound internal harmony. To walk this path, begin by identifying your most pervasive and persistent desires. What cravings disrupt your peace? Is it the relentless pursuit of wealth, recognition, or pleasure? Once identified, challenge their necessity. Engage in a practice of minimizing these desires. Start small. If material possession lie your weakness, impose a month of no unnecessary purchases. Reflect on this experience daily, noting any changes in your emotional and mental state. Next, shift your focus from acquiring new possessions or experiences to more existing ones. Cultivate contentment by practicing gratitude. Each day, list 3 aspects of your life that you usually take for granted and reflect on their value. This could be as simple as the comfort of a home, the companionship of a friend, or the calm of a morning. Such practices ground your desires in reality, aligning them more closely with need rather than want. Furthermore, integrate meditative practices that focus on desire reduction. Meditation on impermanence, for example, can help loosen the grip of persistent desires by highlighting the transient nature of all things. This awareness can diminish the allure of excessive wanting, fostering a mindset of enough rather than more. Embracing the discipline of desire does not mean living a life devoid of ambition or pleasure. Instead, it involves crafting a life where desires do not dictate your happiness but are tools that serve your ultimate well-being. As you temper your desires, you forge a self that is not tossed about by the winds of want but stands firm in the storms of life, serene and unshakable. This is the art of desire mastered not through suppression, but through wise governance, ensuring each desire serves not to disturb but to deepen your peace. Number 5. The virtue of action. In the rugged terrain of life's challenges, action is the warrior's march, and inaction his surrender. Stoicism does not just praise the theoretical virtues of wisdom, it demands the enactment of those virtues through decisive action. Proactivity is not merely a beneficial trait but a critical arsenal, turning passive existence into a purposeful life. This principle asserts that true transformation is born not in contemplation alone, but in the crucible of action. Marcus Aurelius, not only a philosopher king but also a battle-hardened emperor, exemplified this Stoic ideal. His reign was marked by a relentless dedication to duty, not merely in the confines of his study, but on the battlefield and in the courts. He penned his meditations not as idle musings, but as battle cries from the front lines of life and leadership. The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing, he famously declared, emphasizing resilience and proactive engagement over mere elegance. To embody this virtue of action, begin by crafting a daily routine anchored in Stoic principles. This regimen is not a straitjacket but a framework that liberates you from the chaos of unchecked impulses and aligns you with your highest values. Start your day with a morning reflection on the day's goals, not just what you hope to achieve but how these aims embody Stoic virtues like courage, justice, moderation, and wisdom. Implement a system of accountability to ensure your actions are not just planned but executed. This could involve a daily review session in the evening where you assess the actions taken and their alignment with your Stoic goals. Here, honesty is your ally. Do not shy away from acknowledging where you faltered, for each misstep is a lesson engraved on the path to wisdom. Moreover, integrate practices that enhance your capacity for action. Physical exercise, a discipline as old as Stoicism itself, fortifies both body and mind, preparing you for the rigors of proactive living. Likewise, engage in mental training such as scenario planning, where you visualize different challenges you might face and plan your actions in response. This not only prepares you for future difficulties but also imbues a proactive mindset, ready to act rather than react. In forging a life of Stoic action, you transform from a passive observer to a dynamic creator of your destiny. Let your daily actions be the stones with which you build the edifice of your life, each one laid with the precision of a Stoic craftsman. Embrace this path not just with the intent to act, but to act rightly. For in the right action lies the heart of Stoic virtue and the secret to a life well lived. Number 6. Community and the common good. The journey of self-reinvention in Stoicism does not end with the individual, it extends its reach into the fabric of the community. True strength, in the Stoic view, is not hoarded but shared, its power magnified through the collective. Stoicism teaches that contributing to the community is not merely a civic duty but a personal crucible through which one's virtues are tested and displayed. The challenge, then, is not only to rise alone but to elevate those around you, transforming personal enlightenment into a communal beacon. Marcus Aurelius, as a leader of the Roman Empire, epitomized this Stoic commitment to the common good. His reign was distinguished not just by his philosophical writings, but by his practical applications of Stoic principles in governance. He saw his role not as a ruler to dominate but as a servant of the people's welfare. His leadership was a direct reflection of his Stoic beliefs. What is not good for the swarm is not good for the bee, he asserted, highlighting the interdependence of individual roles and communal health. To weave the fabric of community into your life, begin by identifying ways in which your personal skills and passions can serve wider societal needs. This might involve volunteering in local initiatives that resonate with your values, whether in education, the environment, or healthcare. Each act of service not only contributes to societal welfare but also strengthens your own character, grounding your Stoic practice in real-world scenarios. Moreover, engage in building or participating in community groups that foster philosophical discussion and shared growth. These spaces can serve as crucibles for collective wisdom, where ideas are honed and virtues tested. Here, the Stoic practice of dialogue and reflection is not just an individual meditation but a communal exercise, enhancing understanding and empathy among its members. Additionally, consider leading by example through acts of public service. Whether you hold a formal role or not, you can demonstrate Stoic virtues in everyday interactions, influencing others through your commitment to justice, integrity, and moderation. This might be as simple as advocating for fair practices in your workplace, or as involved as initiating community projects that aim to solve local problems. By expanding your focus from self-improvement to continued community enhancement, you not only fulfill a key Stoic duty but also multiply the impacts of your personal transformation. It is in the giving of oneself to others that the Stoic finds true fulfillment, not as a martyr but as a beacon of virtue and resilience. Engage deeply with your community and watch as your personal journey of reinvention becomes a collective voyage towards a greater good. Number 7. Preparing for adversity. In the theater of life, adversity plays a leading role. It is not a question of if, but when, challenges will arise. Stoicism equips its adherents not just to withstand these trials, but to welcome them as catalysts for growth. The philosophy teaches that the preparation for adversity is as much a part of the warrior as his training is the battle itself. This preparation forges a mindset that sees beyond the immediate pain of hardship to the enduring strength it builds. Marcus Aurelius, who faced political conspiracies, military threats, and personal loss, serves as a monumental figure in the Stoic tradition of mental and emotional fortitude. His writings and meditations provide a manual for resilience. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength, he counseled, emphasizing that the dominion over one's thoughts is the first line of defense against the sieges of life. To steel yourself for the inevitable adversities, begin by adopting the Stoic practice of negative visualization. This involves the deliberate contemplation of worst-case scenarios, not to foster fear, but to diminish the terror of the unknown. Practice this by taking moments throughout your day to consider and mentally prepare for the worst outcomes in various aspects of your life, from personal relationships to professional endeavors. This method teaches you to appreciate your current state and build psychological resilience against potential future shocks. In addition to mental rehearsals, cultivate a routine of rigorous self-discipline. This can take the form of physical endurance exercises, fasting, or setting challenging daily goals. Each of these practices trains you to operate under strain and deprivation, simulating the stresses of adversity in controlled doses. This not only toughens the body but also hardens the spirit, preparing you to remain steadfast and composed when real challenges strike. Moreover, embrace the practice of journaling as a tool for emotional fortification. Reflect daily on your thoughts and reactions to both minor irritations and significant obstacles. This written record not only helps in processing emotions, but also in tracking your growth over time. It allows you to observe how your responses evolve, strengthening your resolve and providing concrete evidence of your capacity to handle stress. By integrating these techniques into your life, you build a stoic fortress in your mind, one that can withstand the assaults of fate with equanimity and courage. The preparation is relentless, but so too are the rewards, a life lived with unshakable calm and a spirit tempered in the fires of adversity. Embrace these practices and stand ready, not just to face your battles but to rise victorious from them. Number 8. Achieving tranquility. In the relentless pursuit of a warrior's life, the ultimate conquest lies not in the clamor of battle but in the quiet mastery of one's inner world. Tranquility, a revered state in Stoic philosophy, is not a mere absence of disturbance but a profound presence of peace, carefully cultivated through discipline and insight. This peace is the fortress that protects the Stoic warriors from the chaos of the external world, allowing them to remain centered in the eye of life's storms. Marcus Aurelius, amidst the turmoil of his reign marked by wars, plagues and personal loss, sought this tranquil state not as an escape but as a necessity. His meditations reveal a man deeply engaged in the pursuit of serenity through the application of reason and virtue. Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul, he wrote. This pursuit of peace amidst chaos is a testament to the power of Stoic principles in achieving profound internal calm. To embark on the path to tranquility, initiate a practice of daily meditation focused on Stoic reflections. Begin each morning by contemplating a Stoic maxim, such as the impermanence of trouble or the virtue of patience. This practice sets a foundation of philosophical resilience that can turn the day's potential stresses into mere ripples on the surface of a deep lake. Further, implement the discipline of objective judgment. Before reacting to any situation, train yourself to pause and assess it without the cloud of personal bias. This involves questioning your initial impressions and seeking a more balanced perspective. For instance, when faced with a provocation, instead of succumbing to anger, consider the intentions behind the actions and the possible misunderstandings involved. This method not only diffuses potential conflicts but also promotes a peaceful state of mind by reducing emotional volatility. Additionally, cultivate a routine of voluntary discomfort. This Stoic practice, known as the premeditation of evils, involves periodically subjecting yourself to uncomfortable situations such as cold showers or fasting. The purpose is not to suffer needlessly, but to reinforce your mental resilience and reduce your dependence on external comforts. By regularly stepping outside your comfort zone in controlled ways, you build confidence in your ability to handle life's inherent discomforts, thus enhancing your inner peace. By integrating these Stoic practices into your daily life, you forge an unassailable inner calm that not only shields you from external disturbances, but also transforms your entire existence into a more serene journey. This tranquility is not a retreat from reality but a profound engagement with it. Equipped with the tools to maintain peace in any circumstance, embrace these steps and find the true peace. The Stoic tranquility is not a distant ideal but a practical reality within your grasp. As we stand at the precipice of conclusion in our exploration of Stoic principles of reinvention, it is clear that this is not merely a philosophical discourse but a call to arms. The journey through understanding oneself, mastering perceptions, embracing fate, controlling desires, taking decisive action, contributing to the common good, preparing for adversity, and achieving tranquility. Each of these steps is a battle won in the war of self. Stoicism, with its rigorous demands and profound insights, does not offer a tranquil garden for idle rest but a forge for the relentless warrior of the mind. Marcus Aurelius, the epitome of the Stoic warrior philosopher, did not pen his meditations as mere reflections but as directives for living a life anchored in virtue amidst the chaos of existence. His legacy is not just in his words but in the example of his life, a beacon that guides us through the tumult of our times. The Stoic path he outlines is demanding. It requires not only understanding but action, not only resilience but transformation. Now, the mantle this past to you? Will you retreat into the shadows of unchallenged existence, or will you rise to the demands of your higher self? This is the final provocation, the challenge that Stoicism presents to each of us. It is not enough to admire virtue, to philosophize about peace, or to contemplate resilience. You must embody these principles, turn philosophy into action, theory into practice. Begin today, for there is no more auspicious moment than the present. Start with a small step, perhaps a moment of reflection. A decision made not out of convenience but courage, or a gesture of kindness that aligns with the greater good. Let each step forward be guided by Stoic wisdom, and slowly you will see a transformation not only in yourself but in the world around you. Thus, embark on this path not out of a desire for easy peace, but for enduring strength. Commit to your reinvention not as a task to be undertaken tomorrow but as a crusade to be championed now. With each act, each decision made in the spirit of Stoic virtue, you are not just living, you are leading a life of profound purpose. This is the call to action. Seize it, live it, be transformed by it.